In the time it takes to watch me explain why I train my tibialis anterior, you could do as much training as I do for it in an average workout, which is one set of 20 reps. I got into this years after major left knee surgery. My whole leg was immobilized for so long, my lower leg muscles were much smaller than the right. Knee over toe training helped me build back the legs, and calf training did help, but basketball still gave me nasty shin pain and lower knee pain. So this became one of the finishing touches on the regimen that now has my knees more protected than the norm. Backward walking was step 1, and tibialis became step 2, because both of those help you handle force when you go forward. Then we get into the calf and the quads. Notes: closer is easier, farther is harder, just as if you went forward with more aggression. Raising just one foot can undercut this ability. A tib bar can add measurement, and a machine is a good idea for gyms. Now we're gonna look at the history with the exact methods. So the first common way of training this was with a bar. This was an idea of a guy named Bob Gaida. He was a Mr. Universe many decades ago, made a bar for loading like this. He became known as kind of a miracle worker with pro athletes for extending their careers. The bars did not catch on. So by the time that I studied this and wanted to start training this area, I was doing the wall version or strapping up a weight. I'll show you how I would do this. I would put my foot, kind of get it like that. And for clients in person, I was strapping weights to their feet. I had gotten really quick at doing this whole wrapping thing, but you see, this is just not like, this is not user-friendly enough for broad use. So here I could get a measurable load, and people could train this to muscular exhaustion. I still love that method, but you can see how tedious that is. So an equipment manufacturer reached out and asked me what equipment I needed that didn't exist, and I drew up a sketch of just kind of the same thing Bob Gaida did. I had nothing to do with the company, got all the way on the Joe Rogan podcast without having any equipment company myself. So I did not cash in. These happen to get really popular. I do make my own now because I saw that Rogue Fitness had a tib bar, which is great. Rogue is this huge company. They have an American-made tib bar. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, everyone's making a tib bar now. Mine's American-made, and it's by far the lowest price for an American-made tib bar, thanks to some sort of like 3D molding type of a deal. So this thing is, we guarantee it for life, but we can do it relatively affordably. Now, I only really use this method in my home gym because I can leave the weight I want to use. So if you see it like this is pretty user-friendly, that I have my own Nordic bench, which these are not very common. So I can just sit down comfortably with the pad there, boom. All right, I'm right to work. And now I can take this muscle to failure very easily. But to be respectful in our headquarter gym, I would take the weight off and so on. So in the headquarter gym, I tend to just use our machine right here. I think gyms should have them. You can see just how easy this is. Hop here, look out, can go to failure on that tibialis. This is not my machine. It was my idea to put together like this. This is the company Sorinex. Is that on there? I'm a big fan of Sorinex. They make American-made stuff. They do like the most NFL gyms. And I think they're a great go-to for like really heavy-duty commercial gym type stuff. So you can see this user-friendliness now. Boom, you can just take the weights off right there. Now we're talking. So gym setting, and you saw what I do in my home gym. And when I travel and I'm in a gym, it's just as simple as go to the wall and go. I go to burnout, which I try to find a distance that tires me out for about 20 reps. Last but not least, the muscle, the tibialis anterior. Anterior means front. Tibia, shin bone. So tibialis, muscle of the shin bone that's on the front. You can see it there all the way up under the knee, and it actually wraps around toward the inside. So anterior front, tibialis, muscle of the tibia of the shin bone. And we'll get some good anatomy on here so you can see what it looks like. So thank you for watching this video. Hope this is useful.